Episode 8, Project TRX-4M Defender. Here we go. Well, I know y'all read the title, so you know what we're doing. We're installing some new wheels and new tires. And after that, we'll take it out on the outdoor course. We'll see how they run, see if I have any improvements. Should be pretty fun to do. So let's go see what's been done. Super stoked for this next upgrade. Got some new little guy racing tires. These are the grippers. Wanted to try some more tires, and I figured I've heard good things about the grippers, so definitely they are supposed to be super sticky. So as you can hear me trying to get them out of the bag, oh, these suckers are sticky. So super sticky. Wow. A little bit smaller than the other ones I have, the Trench Kings I have. Definitely different grip. You definitely see the different grip right there. It's definitely different. And so, very excited to get these. And of course, if you get new tires, what do you need? You need new wheels. I saw these bad boys on Amazon. They're hobby soles. My guess is they're probably made in China, but I really like the fact they are deep dish, and the offset you can go completely negative and you can go positive too. So let me crack these bad boys open and we can take a look at them. So I've got one of them taken apart here. You can kind of tell the other four up here, but look, see, these are your two different ones, so it's kind of cool. So if I mount it this way and I flip this, hold on. So if I want the negative offset, you flip it like this and you mount it like this. So you mount it like this and then you have the negative offset, and if you want it with the positive offset, put these together and so now drop it in like that, and then it looks flush. So I am gonna go with the deep dish because I want it to look super I want to look at super deep dish. Looks pretty cool. Well, I've got one of them all mounted up. Deep dish is in here. This is definitely in there. Wheel feels really good. I didn't actually vent them. I want to run them and see what happens when they're not vented. They are just squishy and tight. I don't really know. I'm kind of new to this, so I'll try them not vented, and then if I need to vent them, I will. Or maybe I'll just order brass rings, because these do seem a little bit on the light side comparative to my other ones. But let me get them all put together, and then I'll get the scale out, and what we'll do is we'll measure the hobby soles, and then I'll measure my T37s, the RCCrawler ones, with those tires, and we'll see what the difference is. And so I can kind of see maybe if I do need to add brass rings to these or the other ones too as well. So, gosh, these tires are, man, they are super sticky. Really cool. So let me get them all put together, and then we will do that. The other thing I thought was kind of cool is it does have like a little Allen wrench. So, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. It's got the 4 and the 5, because the Traxxas one they give you is kind of sucks, because you really, it's so small you can barely get it in there, but this looks like it's got a lot of room. So let's get those put together and we'll get it on the scale and see how much they weigh. Got the first tire on. Just wanted you to see this. You can try to center it, but you can see, wow, that is sticks out a lot more. You're looking at pretty much, I'm dead center on, you're looking at least about 2 or 3 mils over, probably 4 mils over. So these are definitely looking a little bit meatier on the outside. So let's get all the rest of them put on, but I just wanted to show you all that, this is, when you look at it, you can definitely see, let's try to square it on the camera. You can definitely see that with the offset and everything, and then my spacers, these are definitely sticking out a lot more. So let's get the rest of them on. Well, we got the Trail Kings and we got the grippers. So let's take a look at them. Gripper does appear to be a little bit skinnier, and it is definitely a little bit on the shorter side. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it looks to be a little bit smaller than these. So let's go ahead and break out this bad boy. And so we know these bad boys weighing at 36.64, and the new ones are 32.79. So there is a little less, 32.81. So they do weigh a little less than these. So I may get a little bit, well, we'll see. We'll see how it performs with them on, but like I said, these are vented, these are not. So let's get them on, the Defender, and so we can really check out, see what this thing's gonna look like. Well, all the rims are on. This thing looks pretty sick. I do like the look of it because it does make it look like a little bit old school. You know, it's kind of with those deep dish, and those are really like old school rims. And you know, this truck is very old. I mean, you know, the Defender is old, so bouncing and everything like that. So definitely gonna be interesting. So the next step we got to do is I gotta put these little bad boy stickers on there. So I'll probably put them on here on this back window, you know, and then we will definitely take this bad boy out, get it running, and we'll see what it does. You know, with all the brass and everything, these tires do look crazy grippy, and we'll see how well they perform on the Trail Kings. So these are really good tires. You know, you saw the last video when I was running them out on the trail and everything. These things were amazing. But you know, I mean, it's good. You know, I do want to crawl, and these grippers are supposed to be for crawling. So, you know, these are trail ones, and those are other ones. So, but man, I really need to clean these bad boys up. So, I'll probably go do that right now. I'll clean them up, get them all shiny again. So, and then, but yeah, let's get this out on the rock course in the backyard, and we'll see what happens. Well, like I said before, you know, I was thinking about not venting these, but I decided that I was going to vent them. So I wanted to get out the scale because, you know, I was like, man, these do seem a little light compared to my older wheels, and I was just like, how can I get some of that weight back in there? So I wanted to see how much these aluminum, how much these actually weigh, because I was like, oh, I'll get some brass rings, right? And so I put them on the scale, and they're 10.28 grams, right? And most brass rings are about 13 grams. So I'm really not going to gain that much. So I was like, how can I get a little extra in here? Because, you know, these are aluminum wheels, so they're not going to be heavy. These are kind of light and everything like that. So what I want to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to vent these. And I'll be back after I vent these. And so we can see how that came out. So I'm going to go ahead and vent them. I'm going to drill them all. We'll take a look and see what they look like afterwards. And then we'll get on trying to figure out how to add some weight, a little bit more weight on these tires, just because I want to get it. I want to get a little more weight, especially up in the front, because the Defender is back heavy, so it tends to lift. So I can have just a little more weight up front. And when these being just a little bit lighter, they're probably not going to hold as well. And I want to try to counteract that. So I'm going to try to figure out how to get some more weight in them. But first thing is first, let's go ahead and vent these, and we'll be back. Well, so what I've done is, you can tell I've done it on this one right here, but you can see those little bitty holes. And so the foam is actually 6.14 grams now. The old one is 0.7. So what I did is I added our favorite thing called BBs. I saw some people do this, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I actually added, there's 4, there's 8. So I did 8 on one side, and I did 8 on the other side. So there you go. That's how I'm gonna get some more weight in my front wheels, is by putting some BBs in there. So I've already done this one. You can kind of see them in the hole right there. Did it on both sides. So I'm gonna do it on the other side, and yeah. So I'll mark those up as my fronts, and that'll give me some more weight up front, hopefully just a little bit. And we'll see what happens with the foam. The foam is pretty soft in these gripper tires. The foam is super soft. It's a lot softer than the ones in the Trench Kings, but you know, you want it to grip more, so I guess you want it to compress more, and so the tires can really get in there. So I'm gonna do these on the front tires, and then we'll get those back mounted, and then yeah, we'll get them all back, everything put on, and then we'll do some testing. So I've got the tires all remounted. I got them vented and everything. I drilled everything out. So what I did is I wanted to measure both tires. So on the back tires, wait, hold on a second. Okay. So these are back tires, and I put a little bit of BBs in the back tire like I showed you. So that's 35.52 grams. On the front tires, I added a little bit more BBs, and we're up to 38.18. So that's a lot more weight than we initially had. So I'll put that number 2. So by adding those BBs, I think I increased the weight a little bit. I wanted these to really when it comes down to it, I want them to be a little bit heavier than the other tires, because these gripper tires are so soft and everything. I just want them to just bite down and grip on those rocks and just kind of pull it up and everything. So I can't wait to get this out there on the rock crawling course in the backyard, so I can actually see if these tires are better for rock crawling, because the Trench Kings I have and everything, I mean the Trail Kings I have are great when I was running that trail up in Austin. So but these, I'm thinking these may be a little bit better for when I'm out there trying to crawl on the rocks back in my backyard. So it'll be good to have 2 sets of different tires, and so I can test them out and see which ones I like better. So well, let's get back to let's go get everything put back on, get the tires on the car, and we will get this bad boy out on the rock course, and we'll see how it does with these new tires and rims. Left line. Let's try it. Let's try again. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I really had a lot of fun on this tire install. I did something a little bit different. I used some BBs and some other stuff to give me a little more weight because they were offset rims. I thought the TRX-4M, it performed a little bit better than with the other little guy racing parts. These grippers, I think for the course and everything that I have in the backyard, with those rocks are kind of slick. I think the grippers do grip a little bit better than my other tires. But you know, hey, it's kind of up to you. But I did want to do this test because I really wanted to see how much tires do make a difference depending on what you're driving on. So I think the trail tires, the Trail Kings that I have, worked really well when I was out running on like trails and stuff and doing that. But on the rocks, they kind of slipped a little bit. But with the new gripper tires, I feel like they do have that extra grip. They're a little bit, they bite a little bit more when it comes to getting over some of those harder rocks. I hope y'all saw that in the video. But other than that, I think very good test and everything like that. So I appreciate y'all watching. Give me a thumbs up. I mean, that would really help me make sure that I know that y'all are liking these videos and stuff, and really hopefully, and then also I hope that you're really enjoying maybe your RC car or your TRX-4M or your smaller mini crawler, whatever you're doing out there in the RC world. I hope y'all are enjoying it. So other than that, thanks for watching again, and I'll see y'all in the next video for the TRX-4M Defender.